So I'm over at the Tupper project and I wanted to give you guys an update, but basically almost nothing has happened. And I'm going to explain to you why and how we accounted for this in our budget. So as you can see, it's covered in snow. Now, where we live in the lower mainland, for whatever reason, a few inches of snow is enough to shut the city down. I mean, it's been a week since our last snowfall and none of the side streets are plowed. There's no salt down. Like the city really doesn't do much to make the side streets and everything usable. Now, that really shouldn't stop us anyways, because what the real thing that's stopping us is actually the dumps are closed. The dumps that take the soil from when we dig, they are closed. So even if we could dig and we have our dump trucks and we get them out here, there's nowhere for us to take that dirt. So basically, we're stuck until the dumps open. They're hopefully supposed to open, I think, maybe even by tomorrow, I'm hoping. But the issue is this has really caused us about a 1 week delay. Now, that 1 week delay is probably going to cost our client somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000 in carrying costs. Now, where do we account for that, right? That's something that I don't have snow delay in my budget. But what I do have is contingency. And I want to clarify how I use contingency. Some people may use it differently, but this is the way I use it. I don't allow for contingency to be things like, oh, I'm going to buy a nicer tile or I'm going to buy nicer flooring. Contingency for me is things that are outside my control. Any kind of city delay, weather delay, something that happens that there really isn't a way for me to predict. If the client wants nicer finishes, that should be allowed from the budget in the beginning. Now, the goal of any project is by the time we finish the project, my goal is to have 100% of my contingency left. Does that happen? Typically not, right? You're going to find there's going to be something unforeseen where you're going to have to use that additional expense. But the reason that I put it there is I want my clients to know, hey, this is kind of the buffer that we need when we're doing the project in case something unexpected happens. So when you're doing your budgets, think about your contingency and how much you want to allow. You know, I typically allow, depending on the higher the value of the project, the lower the percentage I would take. But, you know, on something like $1 million project, on this one, we allowed about $50,000 of contingency. But like I mentioned, the goal is for it to be left over at the end. Here, unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to dip in there for $2,000 to $3,000 just because of the carrying cost on the price of the project. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give you guys an update.